Okay, what did I say about personal centered approach? We're doing that? Yeah. What did I say? Because I can see the new face which during that day could not have. That was some of you were not present. How would you get? What is my question?
What did you say about self-attention?
Okay, maybe I should say it like this. Don't be shy. Be honest. If you do not understand what I'm talking about, on the person-centered approach. If you did not get anything, please don't hesitate. Don't feel shy. I want us to be moving together. We do not understand. Sometimes you may see this person-centered approach is abbreviated like PCC. Amongst you, sometimes I can read your faces. I know this one only is recorded here, but the mind has gone somewhere else. Don't feel shy. You should not get me what I was talking about on this one. Person-centered approach.
You said that it's a talk therapy and the client knows their problems best. They know their problems better than anybody else.
So which means you know it.
I know my problems better than
Yes, so which means PCC you know it. But there are some here, they don't know it.
Yes.
So I don't have any problem with you because you already you know it. I want those people who really do not understand what is this thing all about. Sometimes, apart from being written like this, it's also known as the same thing. It's also known as it is also known like that. How would you get it? It's also known as person-led approach. Let me put it. Yes, that's why I'm saying sometimes it's being applicated like that. about. Okay, concentrate here. Your faces, your eyes are supposed to be fixed here. Check this. I'm right. What's going on? If you're going to understand this, rotate progressively.
You have an extra pen.
Extra pen, yes. You can come and get it.
Sorry, next one before.
The whole day we look at it.
Every day. Next week you come around the day.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. You asked me. Yes, you asked me. I wrote TCC. Referring to person-centered approach. Person-centered approach. We're supposed to be written like this. A, then C. This is the approach. The approach, when is the approach being given? Or when is the approach is approached? It's when you're giving care. If you're approaching somebody, why are you approaching somebody? What do you want to do with that somebody? You care. You want to give care. So, person-centered care. All those ways, they are referring to the same. Person-led approach, person-centered approach, person-centered care. Because what you want to do is to bring care to a patient, a client. So this one is a person-led approach or care. That's where a person or persons is supported. The idea is you want to support that particular patient or client to lead their own or his own or her own care and treated as a person first. You as a social worker or service provider, you do care a lot for somebody who is in a problem. And your main idea is to provide care or a service to that particular person who is in trouble. Now, which means by just approaching, by just talking to that particular person, it means you care about. You are bringing a service to him or to her. You want to treat whatever is going through. So, first of all, you put in your mind a person, not a problem first. What will come to you in mind is a person, not a problem. So that's why treat it as a person first. What will come into your mind is you are looking at a person, which is a problem. So treat a person first. So your focus is on the person, not the condition. Your focus is on a person and not on their condition. Not on their condition. Your focus is a person. Why? Because you care for that particular person. Now, on this one, they are saying, if you've gone up to the support, should focus on achieving. You want that particular person to achieve something. You want that particular patient to achieve something. So support should focus on achieving the person's aspiration. Whatever service you're going to provide to that particular patient, you want to inspire that particular patient. It's like a moral booster. Somebody is in low spirits simply because he's entangled with a problem. He's unwell, conditionally. But we want to inspire. The support is to inspire that person's whatever. And B, tailored. The word tailor, what does it mean? Tailored. Supported. And be supported to their needs. This one is tailored. The word tailored means supported. Supported to their needs and unique circumstances. Now, let us go ahead to say, listen to this one. They are saying, a person-led approach, or PCC, or PCA, supports the person in the first place. You know, short notes. Keep on taking these short notes. A person-led approach approach, what does it do? It supports the person at the center of the service. Because we want to provide a service to somebody who is in trouble. Your main idea is to bring a service. You're providing a service to that one. And that service is going to support that particular person. So this approach is going to it supports the person at the center of the service and to be involved. Your main idea is you want that particular person to be involved in what? In decision making about his own or their own life. So it supports, first of all, it supports the person at the center, who is at the center of the service. You put that particular patient or somebody, you're placing that somebody on the center. You put that particular person on the center. My dear, hey, you are in trouble, you are suffering, yes. You have this problem, yes. Now I'm putting you to be in the midst of this problem. It's you yourself who can do much than I can. So you're putting this approach. You're bringing support in terms of the services, and you're putting somebody with that particular problem in the center of the service. What is your aim of putting that somebody who is in trouble to be in the center of the problem? You are doing that in order you want to involve that particular person in decision making. So by putting that particular person in the center of the service is to be involved. You want that person to be involved in the making decision about their life. Who is going to decide for their life or about their life? It's them themselves, those people who are in trouble. Like last time I gave you an example saying somebody was smoking weed or was taking some drugs. Then he reached a certain extent whereby he started even taking off his clothes or clothes and remaining naked. The moment he or she was assisted and came back to his senses, he or she saw somebody like the way how he used to moving naked. Then he goes or she goes to that particular person, oh no, rubbing that particular somebody. Why is he doing that? He's doing that simply because now he's back to his normal senses. You see, that's not good. Then you tell him or her, you used to walk in the same. Me? Yes, you. You want to go back to that one? No. If yes, we'll go back to that one. The same position where how you used to be moving. If not, you will stop smoking. So that's what they're saying here. The decision remains in who? Yourself. So the idea of bringing that support and you put that particular somebody at the center of the service is for you to let him make his own decision, make his own or her own decision about the life. Number two, this approach is there because it takes into account each person's life experience. Person-led approach takes into account. It takes into account, it puts account of each person's life experience. Life experience. Apart from life experience, it also puts each person's age, life experience, age, gender, culture, language, beliefs, identity. This approach will look into these things. In short, we can say person-led approach will look into the following: person's life experience, or person's age, person's gender, patient's culture, patient's language, identity. This is what this approach will look for or will look into. services. This approach requires flexible or needs flexible services and support to suit the person's wishes and priorities. So it requires or needs flexible services and support to suit the person's wishes and priorities. Again, this approach strengthens, it is strength-based where people are acknowledged, people are known as the expert in their life. People are experts in their life. So,
It's strengthening.
it's strength. It's strength based. It is strength based.
It is strength based. Can you just repeat the whole sentence?
Okay. Person-based approach is strength based.
Yeah.
It gives strength to someone who is in trouble. Strength based. It is that point. It is strength based. Which means this approach gives strength to who? To the client. So, strength based, where people are acknowledged, if you are strengthening the client, it means you are recognizing them. So that is to say, where people or clients are acknowledged as the experts in their life, you can do it. Do you know sometimes when somebody dies, if you come and then you encourage that particular, no, you can do it. When death comes, sometimes it comes because of fear. You know this?
Yeah.
No wonder soldiers are good at encouraging each other. When somebody is being shot, it's about to no, when we are over, we know the light mine. The leg has gone. No, you can do it. Bring morphine. Morphine. Do you know morphine? The powerful one. It's powerful. Your leg can be cut like this. If morphine has been applied there, you can run without not feeling. Yes.
You run without the...
Yes. The powerful drug, morphine.
Yeah.
You can cure
Morphine, the most powerful drug.
in the hospital.
And very dangerous as well. I don't know, maybe probably it kills some parts of the body.
Yeah.
Just imagine, you don't have the food.
Yeah.
You can run even where the stores. Go. So soldiers can. You are strengthening the patient, the client. You can make it. You can make it. No, you can make it. You can make it. So, like, you are triggering whatever the CA has or she has, until finally she can deal or can really make it.
Yeah.
So, here again, this approach is strength-based. If it's strength-based, it means you're strengthening the clients. So where people are acknowledged as the experts in their life, with a focus on what they can do first. So you acknowledge the client or the person as an expert in his own or her own life, with a focus on what they can do. And finally on the same, they are saying this one includes the person's support networks. as partners. This approach includes the person's support networks. Person's support networks as partners. Includes person-led approach includes the person's support networks as partners. True. Sometimes the patient can have some people who can support him whilst he's in bed or whilst he's facing some challenges. And those people who give support to him or to her, those are partners. They are partners. Yes. They are supposed to add their partners because they bring hope to you. You are in trouble, and the woman will come in, will chip in to assist you. Those are partners. They are concerned, which means they are giving you hope. They are partners in hope. That's true. So that's a person-led approach. So finally, on this, a person-led approach should support and enable a person to build and keep control over their life. The idea is to make them control over their life. We will come out on my tracks. Once she or once lunatic because of the influence of whatever hard stuff he took, but later on when he came back to his senses, what remains is to take full control over his own life. Not as bad as you don't go to a mental hospital. No. The responsibility relies on you or depends on you yourself. Not you should wait for other people to tell you when to take drugs or not to take drugs. That's nonsense. Because by the end of that, you know for sure whether they like it or not, you become harm. Okay, from other sources, this person-centered care, they are saying it's an account. It refers to a concept that affects the thought process and the way everyday responsibilities are performed by service provider, or medical staff, or any other personnel or carers. So it presses the person who is receiving care at the center. The main idea, you want to place that person who receives care at the center and moves away from professional deciding what is best for himself or herself. The one who decides for himself or herself is the client himself. The client himself. No wonder this one has got principles. Principles. What is a principle? This approach has got principles. What are principles? Guidelines. The word principle, what does it mean? First of all, guidelines. Guide. Idea for guide. Ideas or ideas for guide. 1, 2. Apart from this one, rules. Sure. Principles. Rules. Sure. Which year are you? 10 years? You are 30?
Yeah.
Then you do better than 30. You are supposed to have a vocabulary of words. If you are running short of words, then that's very dangerous. At least so that you should be storing a lot of stuff in your head. You shouldn't be running away. But now, principles. What are these principles, guidelines or ideas for guide for a patient? they are saying care, because we said this, you want to bring care. When you are approaching somebody who is in trouble, the main idea you want to bring care to him or her. Sure. Are we together?
Yeah.
Person-centered approach. You are approaching somebody with a problem. You have an idea of approaching that particular person. One you care, you want to bring a solution to whatever kind of problem you face.
Yeah.
Now, that care is personalized. Approach number one. Or principle number one. It is personalized. Is all that? I don't know. Why is that?
It's true.
It's true. Thank you very much. Who is supposed to bring care? A solution.
Yourself.
Sure. Who is providing care? Solution. Is it the service provider or you yourself?
Yourself.
No, it's personalized. Don't depend on the service provider. Focus on what? Person. The service provider will not look much into the condition, but will look much into the client. Hey, you have a problem there. Don't depend on me. I cannot solve your problem. You're supposed to solve your own problem. The focus is on the person, not the condition or the disability. If you are disabled, the one who is going to provide service to you, you will not say, he's a disabled person. No, you're not looking at the condition or the status you are in. The focus in his mind, the mind of the service provider, is on a person. This problem can fully be dealt with because you are the expert. Your life lies in your hands, not in my hands. That's why they're saying a lot of problems probably we're having, no special sicknesses. A lot of them, because mindset. The moment you change your mind, psychological illnesses. Matenda means from the mind. Do you know that? Look at the kids. All those people who die or whatever they find there, they'll eat it. They are closed up their psychology. You know what you're doing with the eating because of one that's the word. He goes there, he picks whatever. Other people throw the cake, whatever. He eats. Nothing will happen to them. They are close their mind. You are the expert of your life.
Yeah.
Not what you want to say, but you're the expert. Probably these things were researched beyond the reasonable doubt. No one has brought to the world the entire human race. So, care is personalized. So, the one who is in charge of his own life is the person himself. Again, care is coordinated. Care is coordinated. Service provider will come just to probably give you some ideas on how you can deal with your problems. Like for those patients, take for instance, with tuberculosis patients. I don't know if here in Malawi they do that, but I once experienced this where when I was at school, a certain colleague of ours, a student from West Africa, was diagnosed with tuberculosis. Yes, tuberculosis.
Yeah.
So the moment they knew it was like that, they were coming treatment. They were coming, monitoring tablets. They were bringing tablets, sitting there. Take this. They start cancelling and the like for about 3 months. 3 months. At least thereafter to recover.
Oh.
Yes. So I don't know if here in Mount is that. I don't know. Maybe we are here to ask these people who are working in the hospital if they go to the villages or homes where they are these patients. I don't know.
They just give you medication.
Well, this is the problem. Alipoena, that's how not coordinated. Alipoena, they should take those tablets. Once sleeping, they put under the pillow.
Better under the pillow, command keeping your
So the moment you start taking medication, TB is nothing. Tuberculosis is very dangerous also like this. You can't know. Because they're saying we have those, bacteria moving close to us. But it depends on your strength of the antibodies. In universities, here at schools, those convention places, they are there moving around. If your weakness, your body is weak, you don't want to do that here. That's when it strikes.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's maintained up tuberculosis. We're moving with them. They are here. Probably even here. Yeah. But don't be afraid if you treat a problem. It can be treated. Let's say the HIV positive if they are not on medication. But for those who are HIV and taking medication, quite correct, it's nothing. Tuberculosis is not. It's your option.
I take my
So, this care is coordinated, right? This care is coordinated. Principle is coordinated. It's supposed to be coordinated. Principle number 2. Principle number 3. Care is enabling. Is enabling. And the last one, the fourth principle, is the person is treated with dignity. You're supposed to treat the patient with dignity. I was listening to the radio yesterday, if not yesterday, the day before yesterday. They were complaining that, and you can agree with me. You know, sometimes people wait in the hospital. They're harsh patients. At the moment, maybe a lady or a woman wants to deliver. Maybe she is screaming, "You are doing this thing. Why are you not calling your boyfriend or your husband?" It's my opinion. When you look aware that you are going to go through this, why are you screaming? Call your husband to hear. I don't know if in other countries they do the same. I don't know. Probably this problem will happen in now. Family hospital. This is very bad. What's the problem with that? So, here they are saying, the first principle, they are saying, the person is